Hello and welcome back to Udine. It's the day we've all been waiting for. We've finally made it. The January transfer window is open and we can hopefully get done some much needed business. Before we head to the transfer market though and see what deals we can make, after a lot of thinking, we have decided to change the formation. If you missed the last episode, then we had an amazing comeback against Torino, losing 2-0 at half time. We had a change of formation to a 4-3-1-2 and ran out 4-3 winners in the end. There were question marks over whether we should stick to the old formation or just put all our eggs in one basket and go for the new one, try something completely different. And we played so well with that formation, I think we have to give it a go moving forward. We've made a little bit of an edit from the formation that we did have in that second half against Torino, because Toro is much more suited to playing as a holding midfielder rather than box-to-box. So in some ways it's more of like a diamond formation in the middle, because he'll be primarily defensive and Luca as a target forward, although obviously that might change depending on what deals we can make in the transfer window. But as you can see here, one of the deals which we finalised earlier in the season, which can now only happen because the transfer window has opened, Sandy Lovric is on his way out, the centre midfielder, and now we've moved to that three in the middle. It's even more important now, I think, for us to get another centre midfielder in. So that, in terms of our priorities, has definitely gone up. It's probably neck and neck now with a striker. But yeah, we'll have a look. I think we'll check our budget now. We might have one more sale to finalise. I can't remember exactly who it is, but I think that must have gone out as well. Our budget was 6 million. It's now 13 million or thereabouts, meaning we do have some money to play with. So here we are with our transfer shortlist. Obviously, with Lovric heading out of the door, it means that Karlstrom has come back into the centre midfield. And if you were around at the start of the season, you will know that we didn't get on particularly well with him. He's incredibly slow, and that's maybe less important now we've got three in the middle. However, it didn't put in the best performances for us. So we, at the very least, I think we'll need some kind of backup for centre defensive midfield, because we've got Piero in there at the moment alongside Toro and Karlstrom. We probably need another centre midfielder, even if that's someone like Belkebla, who is very, very cheap. He's 72 rated overall, which isn't horrendous, and he's just about good enough to be on the bench. And his short passing and ball control and standing tackle as well, all pretty good. So I think for what could be a bargain price, he could be a decent shout, because we really don't have that much money. We did have a look at Daniil Cataldi as well, who is definitely in our price bracket. It looks a great player overall, but he's currently on loan at Fiorentina from Lazio, so we can't enter negotiations for him at the moment. And Valentin Rongier, who is just too expensive. His release clause is 19 million, and we just don't have that kind of money. Moving on to the strikers, it's a similar story with Eliwahi, who looks like everything we want up front. He's got the pace, he can shoot, his dribbling's really good. And look at those play styles. Acrobatic, technical, he can shoot with the outside of his boot, which is always nice to have, but he's just too expensive. However, Karim Konate, a little bit cheaper, he's got the pace. He looks like he could be a wonderful player, but again, is he too expensive as well? I'm not sure if he should be our priority, or if maybe it's Omar Diakite, whose shooting is not so good, but he does have that pace. He's still young, and his wage and market value are really low. Because of the number of deals we need to get done, maybe 2 or 3, I'm leaning towards Diakite at the moment. If we can get him for around 6 million, 7 million, that still leaves us with around 6 million to play with to bring in a couple more players. However, you may have noticed Cesar Huerta, who is a free agent at the moment. Now, he's down as a left winger. In this new formation, we're not necessarily playing left wingers or left midfielders, but we wouldn't have to pay anything to get him in the door. We just obviously have to pay his wage. And look at these stats. He looks absolutely fantastic. So I think we need to go for him. He could probably play with a bit of training as a centre attacking midfielder, maybe even as a striker if we train him that way, which then will take the pressure off Diakite, who we know maybe could be good in the future, but at the moment isn't incredibly highly rated. So I definitely want to try and get that bit of business done. First of all, though, I think we will try for Diakite and we'll see what price we can get for him. Here we go then. first time since the summer we've set foot in Tomasso Ricci's office to try and get a deal done, hoping to get Oumar Diakite in through the door for a reasonable fee. As you can see, 12.9 million is the budget and 250,000 in the weekly budget, so that Huerta deal shouldn't be a problem at all, getting him in on a free and then just paying his wages. But I think first of all we'll just go straight on the nose for 6 million with Diakite, maybe 6.5. See, we've learned from last time, the disaster that we had last time, go through two centre midfielders before we got Soriano in. And they'll accept 7 million. I think that's absolutely fine. 1 million over his market value. We can afford that, and it fills a hole that we desperately need filling with a pacier striker up top. Let's try and seal the deal then. Here he comes. The man that we're hoping could be the player to turn this season around, to add that extra spark and attack that we've been missing, with Luca up front, who in the last game actually played really well. He's had a few good games, but he hasn't really set the world alight. He's happy to be a rotation player, and you know what? That's fine with us. It just gives us more flexibility, doesn't it? He's only young. I'm happy to get him for 5 years. We can always sell him if he doesn't turn out to be very good, and he's happy with that. No chance of a release clause. We don't need that. And his salary now, his current wage is 13. I'm happy with the weekly budget we've got. Let's go for 22. It's quite a big increase, but last time the salaries that we offered players in the transfer window really came back to bite us, and they weren't happy at all. But Oumar Diakite is happy with that, and we've got our speedy striker. Here is Diakite with his fancy haircut. Tomasso Ricci just taking time away from his phone to shake his hand and welcome him to the club. And I'm really, really looking forward to having this player in the squad. We've needed someone who's a little bit pacey up front for a while. Number 9, Oumar Diakite. Here he is. And next up, here he is, Cesar Huerta, the free agent. If we can get him in, I think that gives us so many more options in centre attacking midfield, because Sanchez tends to start games up front now in that new formation. We can bring Huerta in maybe as a striker, like I said at the end, to offer even more pace alongside Diakite, and we can also bring him in as a centre attacking midfielder when Soriano gets a little bit tired. He wants to be crucial. It might be difficult to give him that game time. We'll go to important and see if he'll accept that. He wants to be a guaranteed starter. It's a bit risky, but he's a free agent. We're not spending any money aside from the weekly budget on him. He wants a 4-year deal. He's 24, so that's absolutely fine. And we will disregard. He wants a release clause, but he wants a release clause of 23.4 million, which kind of says to me, it speaks to the kind of quality of play we might be getting. Hopefully, he might just have a really high opinion of himself. But sure, I mean, if somebody did come in and buy him for that amount of money from us, we've got him for free. So that's good business for us. And his salary, what will he want? Let's go for 25. And see if that's fine. That's a reasonable offer. We have got Cesar Huerta. We have got a new player. We've got what I think might be quite a highly rated player. We don't actually know his overall. Here he is making his way into the building. And Cesar Huerta, here he is there. That's a lovely sight to see, isn't it? £0 we spent on him. Of course, that's got to be an A rating as an excellent deal. And he is rated 76, which compared to the rest of the squad is pretty high. That's great stuff. We'll go to team management, just see how we can fit him in. I don't really want to move Soriano out unless... Now, do you think we could have Soriano playing centre midfield? He's really tidy in possession. He makes some good runs forward. His defending isn't great, but Toro is in that holding position. Maybe we have Soriano there and we bring Cesar Huerta on in the centre attacking midfield role. Let's have a look at Huerta's passing. 71 compared to Soriano is... I mean, it's actually higher passing than Soriano anyway, so he might be able to unlock defences even better. I think that could be a really good plan. It means we've got an extra body to bring on in centre midfielder with Piero going to the bench. I still want to bring in another kind of defensive-minded centre midfielder, but I think that's a really good plan. And with those changes made, you will see, like I said, we do have Piero who can now come on in centre midfield, but the other midfielders we have are Profundi, Eklenkamp, and that is it. And bearing in mind, we do have Karlstrom on the pitch at the moment, but his defending is only rated 69 anyway, nowhere near Toro's 75. I want to get in another centre defensive midfielder. We will save those changes because I'm really excited about that. Let's just have a look at Belkebla. What was his defending's only 67. He's not great, is he? Is there anything we can do to get in either Bentaleb or, we can't get Rongier. Arthur is the player I really want. But I'm guessing our budget at the moment is only, we paid so it'd be 5 million at the moment. Do you think they'll let us take him on loan? Absolutely not. Oh, we might need to do some more scouting for a centre defensive midfielder then maybe. It's a shame. It's such a shame because I think we're just one missing piece away from having a really good squad, a far better squad than we started the season with. Leave it with me and let's get into the first game. Actually, scratch that for a second because I just received an email telling us that Arthur Atta has been recalled by Metz. He didn't get the playing time that Metz wanted him to have on loan with us, so he's gone. That made me have a quick look at our squad hub just to see what's going on, just to double check the players that we've got out on loan. And I have seen something that I don't know how we missed before. How did we miss the fact that Lazar Samardzic is our player, and he is on loan at is Bergamo Calcio? Is that Atalanta? Can we recall him? Because let's look at his attributes here. Shooting 73, passing 76, dribbling 80. His rating 77 overall. He can play as a box-to-box midfielder, which is the perfect role alongside Toro and Soriano. Can we just recall him from loan? 93,000. Magic. Absolute magic. He's going straight into the squad. That has solved a lot of things. And that means now we've got like £5 million to kind of play around with and see like other areas of the squad which we can just try and bolster a little bit. That is incredible. That's incredible. Like, it's 84 ball control, 81 dribbling, 80 short pass, 81 long pass. He's by far the best player in the squad. And he's just been there waiting for us to recall him from loan. Incredible. He's going straight in the team. And let's play this game against Hellas Verona. Here we go then. 12th against 14th in the table. We are 12th. Hellas Verona are 14th. And this new look Udinese starting lineup has got me excited. I'm not going to lie. We've got an embarrassment of riches in midfield now. And I think we've got some genuine pace in the team. Sanchez is tired, so Luca has come into the starting lineup alongside the new man Diakite. And I think this could be a lot more mobile, a lot more kind of forward-thinking Udinese team. And I'm just really excited to see how we get on. And here's one of the new men, Cesar Huerta, who's got the pace, hasn't he? He's already making a good run here. They can't catch him. And can he just get the ball into the box? We'll take it back, take our time. And Samardzic, who I'm so glad to see him in the team. He loses possession there, but it's back to Toro. Onto Cesar Huerta, onto his right foot. He does shoot, and it's just over the bar. The keeper was off his line a little bit. And we almost caught him out. It's a bright start. It's a start that's as bright as our yellow kit. Let's wait onto Huerta, who on his right foot, he'll take a good shot. It looks like it's heading for the top left corner, but it's a good save by the Hellas Verona keeper. 14 minutes into his debut, Cesar Huerta has had 2 shots so far, I think. There's Tomazic onto Huerta. He's got Soriano, and that's a great option to have in the centre of midfield, isn't it? Soriano, we know what he can do when he's running forward with the ball. Here's Ezebue, who tries to put it into the middle for Luca, but I think it might be a handball from the cross, and we'll get another chance to whip it in. Oh, Tomazic does well. He's got Luca in the middle. Can Luca reach the ball? He can't. He's beaten to the header, but it's Huerta on the edge of the box. He heads it down, and then his shot is weak. Easily saved by Montipo and the Hellas Verona goal. Here's Soriano. Onto Huerta. He's causing all sorts of trouble so far. Soriano's through, and it's a ridiculous save by the keeper. A strong right-hander, almost point-blank range. I don't know how he's kept that out. That's unreal, but we're looking so good with this formation, with these players. We're just relentless going forward. Huerta's been brilliant. Here's onto Soriano, who's dancing. He's making a good run in. He's been felled. Is that in the box? I think it possibly is. Is it a penalty? It might just be on the edge. And it is a free kick, just a free kick. And we've got Tomazic, who could take this. I think his accuracy is not great. Who else have we got who can take a free kick? Free kick accuracy, no one really, to be honest. We'll give it to Huerta just because he's right-footed. He's had some good shots so far, but I don't think he's the best by any means. And I imagine this will go into the wall. It just about goes over the wall. Sends the keeper scrambling. Never really caused him any issues, and we'll attack again. A strong play from Ezebue there onto Luca, and then Diakite, who's onto his left foot. He will shoot. Maybe he could have slid it through for Luca. And that will be half-time. Like I said, we've absolutely dominated that. This team seems so much better. I think there's less pressure on the defence just because of the areas that the opposition are getting the ball in. We have brought that defensive line forward a bit, so we're not sitting quite as deep. And it's making so much difference. And that midfield 3, Toro a little bit further back, Soriano, and then Tomazic is... We look so good. We look so good. And Soriano here. He's got space to run into. Soriano onto his left foot. It's a strong strike, and the keeper... I thought he'd just put it out for a corner, but it's cleared eventually. But we'll come back at them with Soriano, who's taking a strike with his right foot into the top corner. He has plenty of time to choose his spot, to pick his spot from the edge of the box. He wasn't closed down anywhere near quick enough, and we know what he can do from range. Tomasso Ricci, so excited, is actually on the pitch. Careful not to get yourself booked, Tomasso. It's a really good finish. It's a really good goal, and it's no less or more than we deserve. And it's so good to see Soriano score a goal playing in this new position. I was worried that he wasn't going to impact the game in the same way, but he's got himself on the score sheet, and yeah, we're looking fantastic. It's Ezebue who will take it down the right-hand side, aim for Luca in the middle, no doubt. He does that, but it's behind his man. But such is our positioning here, we would do clean that up easily. It's Tomazic onto his favoured left foot, and he scores! On his first game back from loan at Atalanta, Tomazic scores from outside the box. A finessed finish inside of his foot, curls. Maybe the keeper should have done better. It didn't look like it was right in the corner. But we deserve it. I'm going to go ahead and say we deserve to be 2-0 up in this game because we've been by far the better team. Maybe the defender just kind of blocked the keeper's vision a little bit there. But you do get the feeling that when Tomazic gets onto his left foot, we're not going to see the replay like that, are we? You do get the feeling when he gets onto that left foot, it can really cause some damage, and he did then. Carlos Huerta. But Luca, can Luca play it over the top to Diakite? This is exactly what we want him for. His extra pace means he won't be caught. And he finishes, he scores on his debut. That is exactly what we wanted Diakite in the team for. His extra pace meant that he wasn't going to be caught once Luca put that ball over the top. I love it when the plan comes together. We're 3-0 up, and it's completely deserved. And that means, I think in the last 2 games, we've scored 7 goals. That's, yeah, could be a massive change in fortunes for Udinese as we enter this new year. Right into the top of the net. The Hellas Verona manager, not very happy at all, but sometimes you just play a better team. We know that, and I think they should know that today because we've been fantastic. Here's Cesar Huerta. Can we get over the top to Diakite again? We can do. Diakite, for a second on his debut, it's a weak finish in the end. But again, it's that run that we wanted. He's playing as a poacher, which means he should be making some of those runs off the shoulder of the last defender. And yeah, so far doing exactly what we wanted him to do. The 93 minutes are up, just waiting for the referee to blow her whistle. And yeah, there we go. A very well-deserved win, a very important win as well. We need to beat the teams around us, and we've done that convincingly there. And I'm so stoked. I'm so excited for the next couple of games in this episode because we've played fantastically, and it just looks like a different team. We're much more dynamic, much more exciting going forward. So many more options for passing, and solid at the back as well. I love it. And after that convincing win, we have come back to some transfer news for us to deal with. Florian Thauvin has been offered a contract. Well, he's been offered a couple, but one of them's at Middlesbrough for the end of his contract. So we wouldn't get a fee for that. But at 31, I'm not too fussed about letting him go, to be honest, especially with the options we have up top now. You think we didn't see Sanchez play in that last game either, and he's one of our better players. And on that note, we have an offer from Sevilla for Brenner. They've offered 4.4. But the advice here is that we might be able to get 5.7. And if we can get around 5.5 million for him, that puts us up to 10 million again. We could maybe then go for Arthur. And that would be a ridiculous transfer window for us. Even though the transfer window is only like a week old, that would be amazing. Because that gives us some real options and some real quality backup. It means that Toro maybe goes to the bench. I don't want Soriano to go to the bench, but who knows? I mean, we've got options then, haven't we? Let's just have a look first and see if we can get any more money for Brenner. So here is the representative from Sevilla, and we're going to propose the new transfer fee. We'll say 5.5 million. Will they take that? 4.4 is the best we can offer. Now this is difficult because I don't know how much he's going to play. And when he has played, he hasn't been fantastic. We'll try and counter again. What about 4.8? Just give us a little bit more. Meet us somewhere in the middle. That's fine. Like I said, I don't think he's going to play much, especially with the debut that Diakite had. And the other options we've got. I think that's all right. And there we have it, confirmation that Brenner is on his way. We will get 4.8 million for him. Brings our transfer budget up to around just below 10 million. And I think that's vital if we want to bring some real quality into the squad in centre midfield. So our scouts are hard at work. We've instructed them to look for a centre midfielder and also a right back because Ezibwe has been solid mostly, but is lacking a little bit of something. So we'll see if those scouts do find something. But for now, it's on to this game at home against Bergamo Calcio, or otherwise known as Atalanta. One change to the squad, well, two changes, I think. Soriano is out. He's tired, so Piero has come in for him, and it's Sanchez in for Luca, who is up front with Diakite. And if we play anything like we did in the last game, even though it is Atalanta, I think we can really cause them some trouble and hopefully get some points. You do feel this will be a different game to the game against Hellas Verona today, just because of the quality of the opposition. You can already see Atalanta putting some good passes together, and Scamacca has the shot which is tipped over by Okoye. Toro fought to Sanchez onto his left foot, and he put everything into that. Did Sanchez, and that's probably why it's ended up miles over the bar and in rosette. Here goes Di Castellari. We know what trouble he can cause from earlier on in the season, of course. And Scamacca has taken a shot from a long way out, and it's just too good for Okoye. I'm very surprised. He just turned, put his right foot through it, and he was a little way out. At first, I didn't think the shot posed much danger just because of kind of how low it was, but it's aimed wonderfully. He beats Okoye. 1-0 to Atalanta, and that's just a little bit of quality there from Gianluca Scamacca. Oh, it's a good pass from Di Catalere onto Scamacca, who scores the second of the game for Atalanta. There's no substitute for class. And we saw it before. We know Scamacca's a good finisher. He's renowned for scoring goals. But Di Catalere is just... He seems to be pulling all the strings. It was the same last time we played him. As I said, like, he's just everywhere. He always seems to have the ball. Always seems to be able to pick a pass. And he's, once again, looks like he could be proving the difference. And Zaniolo on the ball now, but he's intercepted by, I think it might have been Kamara, and then Diakite can try and pass the ball forward to the advancing Sanchez. He can't. Scamacca will have it now. I think that's going to be half-time. Hopefully it's because Atalanta looking dangerous, and we're very lucky with when the referee decided to call for it then, but half-time is 2-0 to Atalanta. They've just got added quality. The finishing of Gianluca Scamacca, as you can see there, 3 attempts, 2 goals. Di Catalere pulling the strings in midfield. They're a very, very good team. And I'm hoping we can get at least a goal in this game. Because we still haven't looked... We've gone in like losing 2-0 against some teams so far this season and not been anywhere near them. We haven't been at the races at all. I think this team, this formation is still looking better despite the fact we're losing 2-0. So hopefully second half we'll pick it up. Here's Cesar Huerta. Uses his agility to keep the ball away and then pass it back to Toro, who's... I thought he'd found Sanchez then, but Huerta's got it again. Huerta has a chance to shoot, and it's just wide of the post. There's Huerta's twin in the crowd. He can't believe that his brother's missed it. And yeah, just wide of the post, wasn't it? So making 2 changes. Soriano comes on for Piero. Luca on for Sanchez, just to mix it up top alongside Diakite. Soriano, I feel like we might have really been missing his forward runs. So hopefully he can add a bit more impetus in this this closing half an hour and try and drag us back into this game. Still 2-0. And yeah, hopefully we just want to get on the score sheet. And then, as we saw against Torino, once you get 1 goal, who knows what's going to happen? As Huerta gets the ball back here, he's got Luca advancing, Diakite making the run. We'll try and... Huerta caught in 2 minds then. I think Diakite was probably offside anyway. But we also didn't want to run into a brick wall. End up just passing it to no one instead. And Atalanta might be in. It's Richarlison. Good save by Akoi. 15 seconds left in this game. I think the result is a foregone conclusion, but we just want to make sure we don't concede a third, because I think 2-0 is probably kind of fair. They've been definitely the better team, but 3-0 would be a little bit harsh, and it finishes 2-0. This game was a reminder that in the world of Tomasso Ricci, you should never get too far ahead of yourself, because after 2 fantastic performances, we do fall to defeat against Atalanta. I mean, they're the better team, aren't they? Gianluca Scamacca and Di Catalere really made the difference just with their added quality. Maybe we need to play with more tattoos. Maybe that's the secret. Yeah, 2-0, and that's fine. That's fine, really. It's just one of those games we played against a much better team. So, on to the final game of this episode. We are away at Como, and hoping to get the win against a team that we really should be beating. Solé has come in for Torre, but otherwise it's pretty much the team you might expect. It's Sanchez and Diakite up front, with Luca on the bench. Soriano, Toro and Samazic in the midfield, and Ezebue and Kamara on the wings, or, you know, wing backs. And yeah, this is really a game that we should be winning. Hopefully we can finish this episode with a win and make it 2 wins out of 3. Oh, we just lost the ball a little bit too easily there with Verdi. Simone Verdi, who we did chase in the summer. Didn't get him though. And we're being really sloppy with possession right now. We can't afford to give the ball away so easily. It's Ezebue who, again, we lose out on the ball. And it's Catrone who will take the shot. Akoi with a right-handed save out for the corner. And yeah, we just need to take care of the ball a little bit more. We've been really sloppy so far. And here come Como again. So Catrone onto Marino, who has a chance to shoot, and he drags it wide. You feel like he should have at least hit the target then. Samazic, the left-footed close control of Samazic. Can take it all the way out. He's got Diakite to aim for in the middle. Diakite gets his head on the ball and sends the keeper Adero down low to his left, but I don't think it was ever really any danger of going in. Como come back at us with Catroni, who takes a shot from a long way out. It started to wind up, and it was an easy block for Sole in the end, and Soriano will carry it forward for us now. He's got a defender trying to wrestle him off the ball, but he does well to show a bit of strength, and Samajic will have it onto his left foot. He shoots. It's a really strong effort. It's a corner for us. And Alexis Sanchez, one of the most diminutive players on our team, will take the corner. Got some height to aim at with it's Toro who almost made it to the ball there. Camaro shows some a turn of pace to win it back. We've still got figures in the box. It's out towards the back towards Sanchez. I don't know if he was offside. He still seems to have the ball. I think he's given away a handball free kick. That's good defending there. Toro can find Soriano and into Diakite, who's going to try and find Soriano with the pass. Soriano cut it back towards Huerta. He doesn't quite really know what to do with it, but Diakite now has the ball. Can he shoot? He can shoot. It's right at the keeper though, right at Odero in the Como net. Just palms it down into the ground before collecting. I'll be quite happy now if the referee wants to play for half time, so we could just collect ourselves. With Giacchini going down the right wing for Como. He puts it into the box and finds Federa on the back, whose volley is straight into Soleil, I think, who puts it out for a corner. We've played 2 minutes of the 1 minute added time. So the referee has to be thinking about blowing for half-time, you'd imagine. Beal does well to get it away. And come on, referee. Where's the whistle? Where's the whistle, referee? There's the whistle, referee. But not before they have a chance to have another shot. And they put that one wide as well. 0-0 at half-time. It's a breathless first half. We've given them far too much space. They haven't given us much respect at all, and as is their want, because they've been pressing hard. They've been fluid in the counter-attack. And, yeah, we need to kind of... We've had a few flashes of quality from, like, Soriano dribbling, but nothing really to separate us, and we need to do better in the second half. It's a shot from a long way out for Como. For a second, I thought that might be sneaking into the top corner, but Akoi didn't seem so worried. Como looking dangerous. They attack here. They've got a man over, and the shot rockets in off the post. Left-footed shot. Who was the goal scorer? It was Giacchini, who's, yeah, left-footed shot. Hit with some real venom from probably about 16 yards out. In off the bottom of the left-hand post as Akoi was looking at it. And yeah, you can't say it hasn't been coming. I mean, it's a really good finish. That's one thing they've been lacking. They've had a few shots that have gone wide. Giacchini doesn't make the same mistake twice. And there's no way Akoi can get to that. It's a wonderful finish. Take it back to Huerta, who will shoot from the edge of the box. It's a very strong effort from him, and an equally strong save from the Como keeper. Can we get going now? It's Sanchez through to Diakite. He's got one man defending him. He's at a tight angle. He does shoot, and it's had to be tipped over the bar. It's a really good effort from Diakite. And that's the kind of situation that Luca, for example, wouldn't have been able to create because he just doesn't have the pace. So it's so good to have that option. Can we just find a chance to do something? Huerta will go forward, and he's taken out. I think we do get the free kick. Is that... It is a second yellow. Is it Eglenhart? Is that his name? Right at the very end of the game, he did a lunge in. Cesc Fabregas not too happy about it. We've got a man here. Can we just pass to him? It's Toro. Toro is an incredible tackle at the death for Como, but Huerta still got it. Huerta still got it. And there goes the full-time whistle. Oh... That's such a shame. I thought we might grab something right at the very end of that game. We can't do so. We fall to defeat again. We had one good victory at the start of this episode. I stick by the signings and the changes to the squad. I stick by the change to the tactic. I think we look much better. but we just couldn't break Como down then. Thank you for watching this episode. We've still got some of the January transfer window to go in the next episode, and we will be trying to really put a run of good results together. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. Until then, we'll see you next time. Thank you.